here's Brody Brazil.
You know, I was thinking maybe I should do a radio-style intro for this video. Hey, anytime you've got something to say, call it in right now, 8334-BRODY. I listen to all of your calls, and then I get to play back and respond to the very best ones.
Hi, Brody. This is DJ. I'm calling from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I just want to get into that I think the NBA has a bit of a branding problem when it comes to visual branding and its uniforms. Just the saturation of uniforms that have come out over the last few years is getting a bit much, and especially when, you know, your average viewer watches during the playoffs, it just gets not only confusing, but you're not building iconic brands. You know, when you're talking about, you know, Magic and Bird and that iconic Lakers gold with the iconic Celtics green,
right?
And you want to see those, you know, jerseys going up against each other in the playoffs. And then when I think of in the recent history where, you know, the Indiana Pacers, I didn't hear anybody talking about this, wore just plain yellow in every game during the finals. And a 7-game, what should be an iconic final series, they just wore the same yellow jersey every game. Or, you know, the 2016 finals where some of the most iconic moments are captured in those absolutely atrocious sleeved black Cleveland jerseys. I just think the NBA needs to look at what kind of visual branding they're building over short-term profits. But anyway, big fan. Thank you.
Wow, DJ, high five through the screen because I totally agree with you. I'll also throw in not just the jersey topic in conversation, which we'll get into here, but how about the amount of different courts that each NBA team has? Like, for example, if they each have 5 jerseys, which they do, I'll get into, and 3 different courts, think about all the combinations that exist out there. And to your point, sometimes it's even hard to identify, wait, what 2 teams am I watching right now? Because they don't even use the same logos or color schemes, or it's hard to identify the teams, and that is not a good thing. From afar, watching a screen at a bar, you should be able to know, oh, those are the 2 teams. I get what game that is, and I can read the score. But let's just isolate here on the jerseys for just a second. I agree. I think that could be an easy point of this video. There are too many NBA jerseys out there. Every team can have a total of 5 jerseys: the association jersey, the icon jersey, the statement jersey, the city jersey, and the classic edition jersey. 5 times 30 teams, 150 different NBA jerseys. Now, home games, road games, alternates, I get having a 3rd jersey, but when you get to 4, like I think the NHL even has a limit on 3 these days. Some have 4, they get to wear them on occasion, but 5 different jerseys? What other sport is doing that minus the Oregon Ducks of college football? I think they have a new jersey for every single game, but that's what they're known for, and they are an oddity. Like, not every college program is like that. And football's different. We're talking about basketball here. 82 games and 5 jerseys. Do you wear each jersey? I mean, I guess home and road, but then, you know, what's 82 divided by 5? Like, you don't even get to wear each jersey for a majority of the season. And the hard part, again, is that so many teams are departing from recognizable colors and logos and looks and feels. And you're right, when I go back on the highlights of Larry Bird, he's only either wearing a white jersey with green text or a green jersey with white text. Or the same thing with Magic Johnson, right? Lakers colors, purple and yellow, one way or the other. It's as simple as that. Jordan and the Bulls, red and black. That's it. There were some alternates, I think, later in Jordan's career. But the point is, it's iconic, it's recognizable, and now you've got players wearing a jersey, and you're like, what era was that from? Are we actually, think about this for a second, are we going to regret this in the future? I don't care how it looks now, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to see that, or I don't even like those, or how many jerseys do they have? When we look back 20 years from now and say, what the heck are we doing in 2025? And some of these teams have, you know, I get it, an alternate's fine, a fun alternate's fine, but to have 5 different jerseys, and then they change the jerseys almost like every other season. I would also say that wearing any jersey that's not your main jersey, wearing any type of alternate that's not the main home or the main road jersey, it feels wrong during the playoffs, right? To your point. Maybe the Pacers only wearing one of their jerseys instead of a home and a road, or even going back to the Cavs and the LeBron James days of 2016 or so when they won the title, to have, an alternate jersey as like your main playoff jersey, I don't know. It doesn't feel like you're writing history in the correct way. It just feels wrong. So what are we getting at here? Why are teams doing this? It's obviously marketing, right? And branding is actually like branding your colors, branding the same logo, the one that's your main logo and your main home jersey and your main road jersey. That's branding, like really nailing it in. When we show up, this is who we are. This is what we look like. This is our identity. Marketing is, well, let's have an alternate version. Let's have a fourth version of our jersey. Let's have a fifth version of our jersey. Why? Because you're trying to sell more jerseys. And again, I love alternate looks. I don't want to confuse anybody here. I love, that's the one they wear on Thursdays. That's the one they wear on Saturdays. That's the one they wear for road games in December. I don't even care. I love alternate jerseys. I want to make that very clear. It's not having them. It's having 5 different ones. And some of them are such departures. They're not all historic looking. They're not all like, that's the Trailblazers jersey, which I guess they probably haven't changed much, but that's the Trailblazers jersey from the 60s or 70s or 80s. It's not all throwback stuff. It's like, that's a Trailblazer jersey designed by somebody who's never even watched a basketball game before. Like, that's what I'm saying here. It's not alternate jerseys. It's the amount and how quickly they change. So again, teams are doing this. Why? Because they want to put up more items at the team store. With so many alternates, I would say this. If we're going to continue to have 5 different jerseys for every single team, like every single team, I do think that the classics, they should be required to stay for at least 10 years. Have something that's solid, right? Don't change your alternates, all 3 of your alternates besides your main home and road. Don't change those every couple years. It's hard to keep track, right, of all the different jerseys. This is such a quick-moving fashion trend that there's no stability. There's nothing really to build your team's logo and look behind. So, again, I admire basketball's intention here. And again, this is the combination of the court and jersey thing. Like, think about that. We just talked about jerseys. There's a whole court conversation, too. I admire what they're trying to do in going outside the box. And I love baseball with the City Connect. I love a lot of hockey teams having a third sweater that feels right, feels cool. It feels like a little bit of a departure. And football, I guess they've done a little bit more of this in recent years too, but basketball has just gone too far. It's as simple as that. There's a line here and basketball has crossed it. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Also, thumbs up while you're down there. Really appreciate that. Helps me, the video, and the channel. And don't forget to subscribe, because that means I will get to see you back here next time.